Welcome to the microwave extravaganza. Welcome to the microwave extravaganza podcast. You fucking noids. Off air. Me and Broken Hearts we're talking about life and shit. You know, we were philosophizing our asses, and yeah. So thank you so much for showing up, everybody. Exactly 0 of you.
They'll watch after. Don't worry.
What?
Like in the other stream I'm in, it's like most of the views are afterwards, anyway.
Exactly. So thank you for showing up today. After we already started. Thank you so much. Today we are brought to you by my giant testicles.
Just the one.
It's really big, okay? I wasn't born with 2. I was born with one big one that makes up for it.
Okay? It didn't separate at birth like 2 twins. What the fuck? Oh my god.
Well, hey, you know, that's why girls are always asking me, "Are you just happy to see me?" Because they understand the purpose. Guys, you see, I'm a very loving God of all things, and after I created all of you fleshy humans, I decided I needed to give my thank you. So I am giving you this chance to be thanked for thanking me for letting you exist. You're welcome. Oh, and also, by the way, we are brought to you by HarveyWeinsteinDating.com.
Oh, Jesus fucking hell. Oh, populated by all the finest journalists.
And of course, protected by Meryl Streep until not protected by Meryl Streep.
And Lena Dunham. Don't forget.
Yes. Remember, if you wanna get a girl and you're afraid she's gonna say no, on this website they never do.
Fuck.
Remember, okay, if you are our new customer, you can get 50% off today by signing up with your credit card. And don't worry, we also take crypto. In fact, we only take crypto. Don't sign up with your credit card; you might get caught.
But is this gonna be like the Ashley Madison website where it's like 90% men on on the registry?
Yes, yes. But hey, there might be one guy, just one gay guy who just goes in, sees a naked guy going like, "Oh, hi, handsome." Like, I'm lonely. What the hell? Do you think that's what happened? Do you think that like just one guy just went in and looked straight in front of him like, "Oh, I've had voice." Oh man, but hey, well, we love our customers. We really, really do. Anyway, so I don't even know how to fucking get tonight.
How do you end that? No, but by the way, this dating site has been an establishment ever since the founding of Weinstein Productions. So, you know, it's been around for years.
Oh, absolutely. Even before the internet, because Weinstein Productions was around way before the internet was. This shit is like predates history. This was before Jesus was born.
What the
fuck? What? Before the internet, who knew who Jesus was? He was just some loser in some kind of mud hut doing some fucking, and I don't know, some craftsmanship. He was a fucking noid.
Tricks.
Yeah, exactly. He was practicing some magic tricks and doing carpentry like a loser. But then you know what? The internet came around and made him a Vine superstar. You know, talking about also these Romans and how they're assholes and shit. Like
God.
Before that, all the Jews owned everything. Oh wait, I'm not allowed to say that. Whoops.
Well, wait. Back then in Israel, they did own everything. Quite literally. a Jewish homeland.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, a lot of Jews are like, like actually a lot of like the whole Jewish question. The thing when you think about this, like I was talking to Donovan Warland the other day, and mm, he was telling me to not blame the the Orthodox Jews for anything that has to do with globalism. Um,
Mm-hmm.
no, like because he's saying like that's something he was told by Jewish rabbis who were actually Orthodox. Um, he was telling me that the idea was that an Orthodox Jew um, can give advice if asked about how to run a society, but they are not allowed to interfere with it, and that's the philosophy of Orthodox Jews, due to the fact that due to the fact that it's considered kind of like against Jewish tradition, and that they're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to stay separate. So it's actually pretty interesting because anytime I'm sure there are some actual congregations of Jewish people. I don't think it's like you're born and with like a Star of David. Now you will want to implement communism. But I think there are definitely groups of the most powerful of the powerful, you know, more powerful than most other Jews, that will have communist leanings. But then again, Rothbard, what was his name? What was her name? Ayn Rand, and a lot of the most prominent libertarian philosophers were all Jewish as well. So, in fact, I've been looking into it. There's a lot of infighting. So when people say the Jews are responsible for this, no, it's probably a Jewish group.
I mean, Jews are just people. There's good ones, there's bad ones.
Yeah, but I think the Jewish question is a legitimate question because I think it mostly refers to the fact that Jews just have traditions and values that I think give them a better chance at success. So if you have a Jewish person get into power, it's more likely that whatever belief that person has are going to actually be carried out versus a lot of the other population. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. What? Wait, what do you mean exactly by the Jew? Like, because there's all kinds of things. What do you mean by the Jewish question exactly?
Oh, the Jewish question, I mean it as as the ability like whether or not the Jew. How do I describe it? It's a little hard to describe, but I know what it is in my heart. So the Jewish question is essentially a Jew about. Fuck. Fuck. I'm sorry. The Jewish question is essentially a question about the influence of Jews in a large scale society, its positives and negative effects that the Jewish community's influence might have on the world, and
Mm-hmm.
and specifically um, um, if there are any at all communist leanings of the Jews and to what degree, and how they might have
Mm-hmm.
influenced Western society. That's kind of I know it's a very loose, open-ended question, but it kind of deals with their power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do you get what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
For the most part,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So I think it's a legit question, but I think the answer is that you know Jews just have traditions, like for instance, like strong family values, at least in their own communities for sure, um, and in-group preference, tradition, like a long line of tradition, and a need to connect to other people all around the world, that I think keeps them able to succeed a lot. And therefore, if you have someone who has a communist leaning who happens to be Jewish, they have a much higher chance of uh, of actually getting it done rather than someone who's a Gentile like us, because a lot of times we come from much less, you know, uh, strong communities, if you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think generally it's because I think it's just generally because Jews have they have high IQs and they're intelligent, and so naturally they're going to, if you live in a meritocratic society, they're going to rise to, certain stations or whatever, and
Well, I acknowledge the high IQs of Jews, but the reason why I say they're traditions is because you don't get a high IQ for nothing. There has to be.
I'm not saying it's alternate. There's definitely social components as well. I'm just saying as a raw number is what I'm talking about, not
Oh yeah, but I
not
think
the
you both
causes.
know that the Jews probably like there's actually plenty of evidence that the original Israelites were not much more uniquely intelligent than any other racial group, and were just normal farmers. And it wasn't
Hmm.
until they got started they were excluded from a lot of society by being pushed into small communities and not being allowed to farm that they had to develop higher IQs. And so I think that as it happened, you pass down a certain amount of genetics from your kids. I think that because it was like that for so many generations, it kind of formed into that. But if they were
I
just
mean, well, you passed down exactly 50.
what?
You passed down exactly 50% to your kids.
Well, I know, but you get what I'm saying, right? Like there's
Hmm.
no matter what, you don't just become a high IQ and then have like years and years and years and years and years of only farmers, right?
You don't, yeah, you don't get that from farmers. You get that from other more uh, what do you call it? Intellectual fields.
Yeah, and isn't it because of years and years of them being pushed in that, do you think?
I mean, I would say, probably contributed. Yeah, if you're going to, I mean, because, like for instance, in Europe, a lot of times the only thing they could do was money lending because of restrictions and stuff like that. And if you're dealing with, interest rates and math and all kinds of other stuff like that, that require, the Jews who are bad at it are not going to succeed, and the Jews who
Yeah.
do that, you know,
Yeah,
I
but I'm
mean,
sure that
I think it certainly contributed. Sure.
if like five generations of Jews were just, doing like factory work, I'm sure the IQ would go down, even genetically.
Uh, I don't know I don't have a opinion one way or not on that, but
Well, because you don't
uh,
have the science to be able to speculate, am I right?
I mean, if I mean again, like it would partially be genetic, so it wouldn't go away, and that's
I said five
I don't
generations. I said five generations.
no, I mean, but even then, like I mean, because evolution doesn't work generally that fast, I would say, but I mean,
Well, it depends on what. A lot of people don't want to admit to this, but the nature versus nurture is kind of bullshit. It's actually kind of almost everything is kind of a mixture.
yeah, yeah, no, I totally agree with that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
even J.F. Garapi had talked about that, like how it's how the idea of nature or nurture is really not true. In that all different parts of your life it's really based, are kind of like a combination of different degrees.
I mean, if I recall correctly, the current scientific consensus is about 50-50 contribution.
Yeah, I mean, why?
On average, not, if somebody gets dropped on their head or whatever, then, that environmental factor is gonna obviously impact a lot, but, on average, it's about 50-50 for a
Yeah.
lot of things.
Well, plus, let's think about this. We all have to probably be related to each other in some degree or another. That means that at one point we moved out of Africa and came all across the world. Why would all of a sudden our genes be so different if the environment had nothing to do with it? Why wouldn't we just all look the exact same as we did, when we were in Africa?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's kind of ironic though, because the uh it's kind of weird that the sort of social justice thing is, because on one hand they want like this division based on racial, like we need to the uh non-white people, according to them, need to segregate themselves from white people and all this other stuff, but at the same time they hate people based on the color of their skin and stuff like that, but at the same time then they also believe like this completely blank state philosophy, which is just blatantly unscientific.
Like the idea that race doesn't exist.
I mean,
And that
yeah,
gender
that's
and that
a
gender is a
really
and that
schizophrenic
gender is a figment
thing.
of your imagination.
Yeah, yeah, this sort of schizophrenic thing where like you need to be, according to them, we need to be divided by race, but race doesn't exist. And it's like, but wait, what? And then of course they get mad when people become transracial. It's just like, what the fuck are you guys talking about anymore?
Yeah, come on, come on. Rachel Dolezal, you gotta give the girl credit. She just wanted to have a little more jungle in her life.
I mean, like I mean, like I make fun of Rachel Dolezal, I think, but like if she's happy being, tanned or whatever the hell, I don't give a fuck. Like, go ahead. But
Yeah.
like, they do legitimately have a problem with this. Like, this cannot be allowed according to them. And just like Jesus.
Did you see the interview with her family? Like, because she was fucking a black dude off. Big surprise. And got pregnant with a kid. But of course the kid does not have the spray tan. So even though he's darker skinned, he's only half black. So he looks more Middle Eastern than anything else. And his
He's
dad is
mulatto or whatever the term is, right? Or he's half and half.
yeah. I think in Latin American terms that would be called Creole.
Okay. Or however, whatever the term is.
But that's fine, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. My best friend is half black, but his father's, much
Wait,
darker.
wait, wait. Hey, now. Didn't what's his face from the Young Turks say that I have a black friend is racist?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah,
Fucking
he's right.
John Idol, whatever the fuck his name is.
Broken heart. He's right. He's right. We can't be friends with those damn niggers.
Oh Jesus fuck.
We're not allowed to be. You know.
Oh,
Uh,
jeez. Like,
you're white.
seriously though, like, how do you declare, like, saying I have a black friend, I'm not racist, is racist?
Right.
Like, like,
Bro,
I understand
no,
some.
broken heart. You don't get it. You don't get it. You don't get it. Shank Euchre knows what he's talking about. Okay, we can't mix dirt into vanilla pudding.
Fuck.
I mean, we're not allowed to. Cenk Uygur said so. He loves black people so much. He doesn't want those damn niggers coming anywhere near white people.
Jesus Christ.
I mean,
By the way, did you read about the what was it? There was I think it was like a former Bernie supporter or like a Bernie supporter was gonna blow up a bunch of like rich people or something like that.
I did. I don't quite remember that.
This
Although,
was only like a week or two ago.
although I guarantee you, he works
No,
at Starbucks.
she and
She works
maybe
at
a
Starbucks. I
compatriot or
guarantee
something.
you, she works at Starbucks.
I don't remember what she did actually. Did she? Actually, now that you think it, but she might. I don't remember. You don't quote me on this. I need to dig more into it. I don't
Everybody,
remember
quote
exactly.
mine the fuck out of Broken Heart. Everybody, no matter what, quote mine the fuck out of me too. So that way YouTube can ban us for a few days, get us tons more subscribers as a result, and then bring us back.
Oh
Because
gosh.
come on, they should they are so stupid. The YouTube boomers who created this shit, the baby boomers in charge, they keep thinking to themselves, well, if you just say that they're not allowed to be seen, that'll work. Trust me, come on, why not?
As
Worked
Count
so well for
Dacula's
Sargon.
trial, showed us, apparently context doesn't matter. So, there's that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, come on. I mean, these people literally thought that if you just say you're not allowed to see it, people just stop being interested.
Right. I mean, because the thing was like, yeah, what was it? The limited state things or whatever. Apparently, when it gets limited stated, the views just jump.
Through the roof.
Yeah, because people share, there's an entire, I think there's an entire list or whatever of videos being made, or of the videos basically.
Yeah, and probably archivists, are like, oh, take that there before it gets taken down. You know what? I dropped the N word way more times than I've ever dropped it before, and it doesn't matter that I was literally making fun of Shank for being a giant fucking hypocrite. Um,
And racist.
yes, exactly. I'm very racist. That no, how is that not racist? How can you?
See, but come on, they're holding the anti-racist banner. They can't possibly be racist.
Oh, you're right. Wait a minute. So every time that every time that Alex Jones says he wasn't a racist, he's right. I get it now. No, thank you, Cenk. Oh, you beautiful elephant. I love you.
Uh, God.
Uh,
It's all about power. There are no standards. I mean, how the feminist in the British Parliament said feminism is about power. It's not about. I think she said it's not about principles. It's about power. It's just like fucking hell, woman.
uh, well, I mean, well, I mean, I doubt and think she's lying when she says that. I
Well,
don't.
I mean, now it certainly is. Yeah.
Uh,
Fuck. I
oh,
mean, like, back in the day, at least they had some, they had like legitimate grievances and stuff like that. But now these days, what they're arguing over, like, oh, women shouldn't be able to choose to stay at home if they want to. Like, Jesus fuck.
well, they might be stupid. I mean, come on. You can't.
Well, that's what they think.
You can't
Yeah.
screw them. Who knows what they're gonna do?
I mean, you heard Anita Sarkeesian. It's not about choice. You don't get a choice. It's like, okay.
Uh,
What authoritarian nightmare path have we gone down now?
Go ahead, Frontier Justice.
I'm not sure. Oh, by the way, you know that Facebook and YouTube now have stories, which, by the way, I am never using.
Wait,
Fuck you
YouTube has
for that shit.
story feature?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
It was so hideous, I had to look away. I
Because they
couldn't.
had the friends feature thing or whatever, which I actually like. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I'm wondering if this friends feature is a way to like document who, like, what group circles or whatever they can identify to ban. I'm kind of
Exactly.
wondering.
I am never going to do it because I like the idea that YouTube, you create an identity all your own rather than just having it be, a place to communicate with friends and family. Come on,
Hmm.
it's a video sharing site. It should not become Facebook, right?
I mean, it seems like it's trying to like and I don't use Facebook pretty much anymore. Like it's just maybe a little messenger service, kind of.
Wait, do you see Tim Pool's video about how YouTube is going to die?
I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh, yo, I'm gonna show it to you.
Is it recent?
What? Yeah, it's really recent.
Okay, I think I might be a little behind, like a couple days, a day or two behind, or something like that.
Okay, so lefty millennial media companies are collapsing. Investors.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen it, but I saw the notification. I was
Okay,
gonna watch that one, but
yeah,
like Vox and what the Washington Post, I think, and some other places have been cutting workers and stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah. Listen to this.
Investors have begun shying away from new media companies for a variety of reasons, one of which is their dependence on what's called FANG, which typically means like Amazon, Facebook, Google. Most of these new media companies, they have exorbitant evaluations, but they just chase the algorithm. They don't produce quality content. They're not tracking down big stories. They're writing hit pieces on PewDiePie because it's simple clickbait that generates money and doesn't really serve anybody. But eventually, that stops working. People get fed up. People like PewDiePie. But more importantly, Facebook changed its algorithm, and Google periodically changes its algorithm too, which means these companies are bad investments. The Washington Post has published this story, and it actually paints a pretty interesting picture of how things are going to change. Mike.com is a really interesting example. At one point, they were valued at $100 million. They recently laid off most of their staff and sold for $5 million.
Oh shit.
If you think
Yes, they lost an actual 95% of their value.
Fucking hell. Jesus. Talk about like nose. This is the wildest roller coaster you can ever be on.
uh, and they're gonna do one of two things. They're gonna jump off when they're towards the bottom of the hill and just barely
They're
survive.
not at the bottom of the hill at 5 million.
Yeah, well,
Jesus.
they will they're not they are they're there, but but or they're gonna try to do one thing that'll get the clicks all the way back up, uh, and not jump off, and then all of a sudden when that roller coaster starts going down, they're gonna fall to the ground where there's no stop at the end with it. Just face plant the ground. That's what's gonna happen.
I think they're seconds away.
I think they are.
Jesus, 100 to 5. Fucking hell.
Oh
Okay.
man.
I guess continue on. Fucking hell.
I like. There's a channel I really like called Jet Crew, which is hosted by these two Australian dudes. One who was born and raised for most of his life in Poland, but has lived in Australia for.
So he's based as fuck, probably then.
Oh fuck yeah, he's hilarious too. His name is Craze. Well, his real name is Tommy, but I mean, like that's his name. And his friend's name is Frosty. Benjamin Frost is his name, and they were looking at this one video that had a lot of views, but had like 90% like dislikes. They're like, oh my god, it's a real womp of a video. And when I hear Mike.com lost literally 95% of their market, that's the only thing that comes to mind. That's the only thing. Just just crazy, just shouting, "What's a whomper right there?" Dude. But by the way, my Polish brothers, if you're listening right now, as a fellow Catholic, Merry Christmas to all of you. I love you all so much. And by the way, one of my best friends, Matthew, is from Warszawa, which is Warsaw. That's how you pronounce it in Polish. Warszawa. And for those who don't know why, it's because even though they are very much a Slav country, they do have a slight influence from German. So
I mean, they're sitting right next over the border, as they learned in World War II. And
they never forgot how close they were to Germany after that.
Nope.
Like an uncle who you should have locked the door at night when you were a kid.
Well, and then of course there's the Teutonic Knights too. There was that.
What's that?
The Teutonic Knights. They took a chunk out of Poland for a while.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, the Teutonic Order. I'm a little into history and all that, and they basically it's called the Eastern Crusades.
So wait. Okay, so by the way, I want to show you what Mike.com does for videos. Like oh my god, they literally don't have a profile pic.
What the fuck?
I'm not even.
I guess that's one way of.
There's just like the old like gray profile pic with the X outside over the guy's face.
I mean, they fired all their staff, so somebody was probably just like, this got reset. Fuck it, I'm getting fired on Tuesday, something like that.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, okay, so here's the thing. So they are like the progressive talking head for literally everything. Kim Kardashian West talks about what comes next. Blair is saying this is a trans person. Whatever. Let's see. Mike.com. Black. Because, there's a huge thing with. Oh, not Mike Black. Fuck. Oh, wait. James also does a bunch of videos about him. James Allsup Mike. There we go. Okay, so here's one of the best ones. Is TV biased? Okay, so feminist political comedy is awful. Mansplaining in video game is wrong. There's just so much of this. It's just so interesting for whom the Me Too tolls. See, okay, hold on. Oh yeah. Oh, here we go. Here's the one. I'm gonna use this one. This one is about is TV biased against Muslims?
Surgery is by far the best.
What the fuck? Oh, these commercials are so weird.
These are the 8 types of stereotypical roles played by Muslims.
Terrorists.
The reason, obviously, that so many terrorists are portrayed by Muslims is that the vast majority of global terrorism deaths are caused by, you guessed it, Islamic terrorists. According to the Institute for Economics and Peace, in 2013, ISIS, Boko Haram, Al-Qaeda, and the Taliban were responsible for 66% of all attacks. Those four groups have something else in common, and it isn't their love of Jesus Christ or their close following of the Tao. Part of the reason, too, that Islamic terrorism is so thoroughly represented in American media is that we've been fighting Islamic terrorism as our primary enemy for almost 30 years now. Movies about relevant military conflicts do better than movies about irrelevant conflicts. There's a reason that the enemy in movies like Red Dawn and War Games was the Soviet Union and not, for example, Brazil. If Muslims want to put an end to movies terrorism with Muslim or Arab or
convenience store or owner, yep, and which oh, what a terrible stereotype. They're hardworking. Oh, somebody help us.
Toxic masculinity are specific ways. Sweetie, there is a lot to unpack here, and this is just like super problematic and toxic. And like, y'all, this is just not good praxis. What's up, everybody? And a special welcome to the it'll be down below. Sarah's of that target, and inside the target that they're sexual.
So you can already kind of tell what these people are like. No, obviously this is James also responding because they do a lot more videos on Facebook rather than YouTube. But you get what I'm saying, right? At what points, like, there's even oh shit, this is something I gotta show you. There's some people who are like.com called The Roots.
Oh, I've seen quite a lot of The Root. I mean, the most head scratching one is we, i.e., black people, should bark at white people.
We should what?
To get the Root said we should bark at white people to shut them up. Oh,
wait,
Jesus.
The Roots. Can we trust white tears? Oh my God.
What? So white people apparently what they're saying, that they're not legitimately sad. Like, let me guess, it's gonna be like they're unemotional psychopaths or something like that, or whatever.
Yeah. Oh my God. Hold on. Even when they do it right, they're still not doing it right.
I mean, it's The Root. They can't get a lot of things right.
Okay, so it looks like they took it down, but some black guy. That's his YouTube name, by the way. His real name is Derek. I don't know what his last name is, but that he did a response to it. But there's one called "White Wives Matter."
Jesus.
Response:
fuck.
Donald Glover, judge of characters. Oh God. Oh. Hold on. Oh Jesus, this is bad already. Oh, I'm screen sharing. Broken Heart. Will you watch this when the whole stream is done?
Sure. What is it?
It literally.
Just link it in Twitter, actually.
What?
Link it in Twitter, I guess.
Okay, it's called "White Wives Matter." Response: Donald Glover, judge of characters. This, like, oh boy, here we go.
The fuck is this?
A problematic and married to white women. Welcome to Judge of Character.
And married to white women. This is shaming black people who date white women.
Oh. Wait, this is a serious video, right? Of course.
Yes. You know what it is? You know what it is? Black women are very antagonistic to white.
Wait. Hold on. Wait. This is literally taking a page out of the KKK book. Like, oh, the KKK, we the KKK don't want black men dating our white women. They literally fucking took it out of their playbook.
I'm not.
Oh my fucking God.
You know what's even funnier? You remember that movie Blazing Saddles, which was a super politically incorrect comedy where all white town hates that their new sheriff is black, but over time, like, he wins them over through his actions, and it's extremely hilarious and politically incorrect. In one particular scene, they're trying to trick these Klan members into chasing them, and so this one white guy says, "Oh, yoo-hoo!" By the way, he's played by Gene Wilder, the person who's playing the white guy. He's playing like a Billy the Kid parody. He goes like, "Yoo-hoo! Check out who I found over here." And then, of course, whatever his name was, the black actor, who was hilarious, by the way, in the 80s. This is when this was filmed. Pulls him out and the black actor goes like oogity boogity, where are the white women at? It was the funniest thing ever. And of course, the Klans people chased them. This is that, but it's unironic.
Oh Jesus Christ! Yeah, I'm gonna have to check this video out. Oh God,
Saddles.
like
Literally
there's something wrong when you literally just straight up take a fucking page out of the Klan's book. Fucking hell!
Oh god.
Thank you for this. I'm gonna have to see this video now.
Well, I'm gonna make a response to it because I'm gonna play it just so the audience can see it. But it's really professionally done by the graphics, and it's
What
literally
was this thing called again, by the way? Real quick.
what?
What was it called, by the way? Again?
White Wives Matter. R.E. colon Donald Glover. Then there's a big like bar separating the next word.
Okay.
Judge of characters.
Fucking hell. All right, continue.
Where white wives are plenty.
This is America. I got you slipping on.
Folks think they talk
I never really liked that song, but besides the part that goes like that part's actually fun.
Donald Glover slipping up after finding pics of his white baby mama that he never seems to share himself.
So you saying a black man with a white wife is slipping up?
No, but it's definitely an interesting trend on the rise. Among newlyweds, black men are more than twice as likely as black women to marry someone outside of their own race. I mean,
and there's a reason for that. It's because black women are very, very antagonistic and unfeminine. Not all of them, obviously, but a lot of black culture teaches black women to hate the idea of being feminine. Like, you know, and so a lot of white women aren't like that. So because white women tend to be more feminine and loving and affectionate, what do you think they're going to do? What do you think they're going to do? Always, you know, and in fact, black women hate the fact that black men don't want them. That's what this video is, actually, when you really get down to it. And it's not like, you know, a genetics thing, it's a culture thing. Although,
like all of feminism.
Yeah.
Right now, like fucking hell.
Yeah. Although if you ask the alt-right, they would say it's genetics, because you know.
Yeah. Well.
Genetics. You know.
That's
what's
the
up?
alt-right is the alt-right.
Yeah. Yeah. The alt-right though doesn't even use the term alt-right anymore because it's such a clusterfuck.
I mean, yeah, it's only because the thing is, like, at this point, like, everybody right of Stalin has been shoved under the banner, and it's just like, it has no meaning anymore.
They called Sargon and V alt-right.
No. They called fucking PewDiePie. Haven't they called PewDiePie alt-right by now? But
yeah,
like literally, the guy who has like 75. So they think 75 million people are following the, quote, this quote racist person or whatever the fuck shit they put on him now. Oh, racist and anti-Semitic and blah 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 blah.
I mean, like if they're saying YouTube is super progressive, and yet quote unquote alt-right neo-Nazi who said the N-word one time on a live stream as a joke is he is converting them. And that's probably.
I mean, that is the problem with me. It's just like literally, it's like you're trashing 75 million people's idol. Yeah, think you're gonna win?
And best part is they didn't. Not only that, but they didn't have PewDiePie in the last Rewind video, which by the way was heavily panned by everybody. And the best part is one of the people in the Rewind video who's a tech nerd, who's known as Marquise Brownlee, who is very heavy when it comes to how many people subscribe to him. Mm-hmm. He literally created a video called "Why I'm Disappointed by Being a Part of YouTube Rewind." Their own star was like, "Fuck this shit." When he saw what he was a part of, that's pretty damn bad, isn't it?
I mean, he was probably getting. I mean, because considering it's the second most disliked video, he's probably getting a bunch of shit.
Well, not only that, I watched the video and I subscribed to the dude because the dude actually seems pretty damn cool. He's this really nice, very well spoken black guy with like he's always wearing like I wish I knew what kind of clothes he wears because I need to upgrade my wardrobe because I dress like shit. And he's always talking about a bunch of really cool tech shit. I honestly think you should subscribe to Marquez Brownlee because he really does a lot of good stuff for like the tech world. But anyway, he makes a video and he's saying like for almost a full day of shooting was one scene that he does where he literally skydives out of the Fortnite bus in the video. I
assume he got cut a bunch too.
Yeah, and literally he said that he said there was like hours and hours of content they could have used, and they barely even used 100th of it per person. And he said that it wasn't the same as when YouTube Rewind first started, which the first Rewind was just Rebecca Black listing off the top 10 things that happened on YouTube that year. That's all it was.
I haven't watched a single YouTube rewind or whatever the fuck. So Jesus,
I did because there were so many people talking about how bad it was. I'm like, pour me a cup of tea, master, and I shall judge this. It was just great. It was great. It was the best rewind ever because it was just a corporate cum bucket. They put John Oliver and Trevor Noah in there dancing in Fortnite. No, I'm not even kidding. It was so bad. And they're doing that stupid weird dance where you just have your arms completely straight and you thrust your hips out and then arms back, hips in.
Okay, yeah.
That's the easiest dance in the world. That's what you do when you don't know how to dance.
So basically every single social justice themed movie ever. Low effort in an effort to get money, basically.
It was horrifying. And of course, Casey Neistat had to defend it because Casey Neistat is the only creator on YouTube nowadays that is corporately safe. But anyway, let's get back to the roots telling us why damn white girls ain't gonna get none of that nigga dick. Why we need to hide the white women from the black man? See, there I go again. Remember,
this kind of reminds me a little bit actually about the House of Cards quote from where he said everything is about sex and sex is about power.
I actually don't remember that.
I remember that quote, and like this is entirely about sex. Just like why am I not getting laid? That is what she is asking.
Well, this is an obese black woman telling us this, so I mean,
that's right. Black men are also fat shaming the black women of the the black community, right? Of course.
Yeah. Man, these black guys, they don't like none of us beautiful big chocolate girls. Where can I find a man? I guarantee you, if there was one muscular Viking-looking white guy that said, hey, you want to go on a date? She would ride that dude till his hips broke. This woman would never bitch if there was just some yeah, but
notice. I mean, of course she would, because notice, she's not fair. Notice,
there's this Viking bearded ginger dude with curls in his hair and the sides of his head shaved. She would marry that dude and have his kids in a heartbeat, but she's just bitching because she can't get laid.
No, but the thing is, though, of course she would, because notice how she doesn't say, she hasn't said, oh, it's bad for a black woman to date white guys.
Yes.
She hasn't said that. She wants all the fucking options. Again, everything is about sex, and sex is about power.
And even better, women are the most catered to group in the entire world. I mean, notice how a man, like women are always saying men need to accept women for who they are, but how often, unless the guy is loaded, do you see a man walking down the streets with a pretty woman and he's obese? Like, if he's wearing a regular t-shirt, no. And by the way, they would
or he better be the funniest motherfucker on the planet.
what?
He's the funniest motherfucker on the planet.
He's Louis C.K.
Yeah, basically. Well, even Louis C.K. got like, because the thing with Louis C.K. is like he literally like in every instance they talked about ass permission, fucking ass permission. Oh my god.
Yeah, he never did anything wrong.
I mean, like, you sure, if you want to pan it as like kind of weird and or gross or something like
But he
that,
never
fine.
forced anybody.
But that's not wrong. It's not that it's wrong.
I mean, literally, there's this woman on this, like, have you ever watched the channel Jubilee?
No.
Oh, it's a good channel. I really like it because they try to just let the people speak for themselves, and they just try to be good facilitators. So there's this one show called 20 versus 1, which is like a speed dating thing. Like either it's like one man versus 20 women, or vice versa. And of course, it's done as an actual social experiment to see how people behave. They also do things like called Common Ground, where they'll have like 6 conservatives, 6 liberals, or 6 Muslims and 6 Jews. 6 people of the opposite worldviews, and they'll just say statements and say, if you agree with the statements, come forward and sit down. And then afterward, they'll say everybody else, and then they'll just talk about it. They'll just let the people do it themselves. So it's a good channel.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, the most hilarious thing ever, this one Asian woman, who, by the way, ended up with nobody left wanting to date her. Every time she would go like onto a new question, like sex and relationships, future plans, career, stuff like that. Every time she texted and put out a message, everybody who didn't want to date her would leave. One of the things that she said was like, "You can't be into feet. It's because that's super weird.
Can't be a what?
You can't be into feet. Like a foot fetish for sex." And she said,
I mean, like, that's not my thing, but if I recall correctly, like, that's pretty high up on the list.
I know, but guess what? Then she said, by the way, I need a man who's willing to do some choking.
Well, then.
Like,
not in. Wait. Hold on. Wait. She doesn't want people who are into certain fetishes, but she has a fetish of her own.
Yes.
Okay. Not only that, but like, I mean, again, like, I'm not into this, but like, how much of a hindrance would a foot fetish be to? I don't know. It's not like
think about this. Women are always painting their nails, their toenails. They're always trying to wear the nicest shoes. Oh my god, it's so cute. They're bringing all this attention to their feet and how pretty they are. But yet apparently that's gross. But having the fuck choked out of you.
I mean, here's a question: Did she walk around in combat boots or something? Like,
I don't know.
She doesn't. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh man! I bet you any money that bitch, if she did walk around in combat boots, which I don't remember if she did or not, she'd be like, "Excuse me, but do you not realize how good these boots are for survival? Do you not like the pink color that I had added? Fucking jerk!"
God.
Oh, but yes, this whole video is just for all the black women out there that are just saying, "I need a man. Why can't I get a decent man?" I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, not only that, but like, there's also like a lot of pressure being placed on availability because, well, we know the statistics of jails. There's a lot of guys in jail.
I mean, come on. Just lose the weight and stop being a bitch, and you'll have some nice Viking cock very soon. Which I guarantee you, I guarantee you, if she couldn't get a black man, she would skip the Asians and Latinos and immediately want some Norse cock. Like immediately.
Oh.
This woman, she wants the whole cast of Brave. Just this. She wants the kingdoms of Mjolnir just to come down on her at once. I guarantee you. She just doesn't say it. Anyway, oh, by the way, didn't you hear that one what's her name? That one New York Times reporter who's Asian who says white men need to.
Sarah Jong?
Yes. She's
what about her?
Ever dated white men.
Oh, Jesus fuck. That is some hard. No. I bet her bedroom is some hardcore fucking like racial fetish shit. Fucking hell.
Yeah, I bet you any money. Like you said, I wonder if Sarah Jong does nothing but asks her like a white boyfriend, because her boyfriend is white and she's had like I think like 27 or something like that. I wonder if she goes like you want sucky $5?
No. See that's the opposite, man. She would be the fucking dom, man. He's probably some subby fucking boyfriend.
Yeah.
Come on. She's got like that white hatred all over her fucking Twitter.
Yeah.
She's in that dominating fucking position.
Or maybe it's the opposite way. Maybe she's the dom. No, I'm sorry. Maybe he's the dom.
I don't think so.
Well, what I'm saying is maybe she's the dom in everything else, but in the bedroom, she knows.
Like she switches. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
That's possible.
I mean, think about it. Think about it. Most feminists are into like some BDSM shit.
I mean, that's like the was it the CEO like stereotype, right? Where like he's always in charge, he's in charge of all this shit and whatever, and then he goes to see like a dommy or whatever.
Yeah. A dominatrix.
Yeah, dominatrix. Fair enough.
I mean, come on.
That's quite a valid theory.
She probably has him carry all of her groceries and take pictures of her butt for Instagram, and then when they get home, she puts a little dog leash around her neck and lets him just go wild.
That is entirely possible.
Oh God, here we go.
What does he play the white slaver?
What?
Does he play the white slaver?
Oh! Like I'm making her work on the railroad.
By the way, just quick disclaimer: this is all speculation. This is all 100% speculation for legal reasons.
It is speculation. It is not fact, but that's because fact has to be 100% true. It can't be 85.
Yes, this is 100% speculation. For entertainment purposes only.
Exactly. Did you think he puts on like a straw hat and like overalls, and then has her like walk around with her ass hanging out, completely.
You mean like a fucking Asian fucking straw?
She walks on like all fours, and he says like, "All right, young lady, you got to start building that railroad."
Oh Jesus! No. The railroad is coupled dildos.
By the way, the jokes in here are for entertainment and educational purposes only. We are a nonprofit trying to help the community by educating young men.
I guess. Jesus Christ. Oh. Fucking hell.
Oh my God, whatever happened to Monkey Jones, that's what's gonna happen to us.
We're gonna repeat. Let's finish this video. Fucking hell.
All right, here we go.
As black women to marry someone outside of their own race. I mean, look at all these successful black men who make iconic black art.
So, that's a actor. I don't remember his name, but I know I've seen him before. Shit, I think he was in 999, but he was really good.
While
I don't know who that guy is. Shit, I don't know that guy.
eating carrots,
That's Ice-T. Huh?
raisin laced potato salad.
Okay, and oh shit, I don't know who that is. That's and best of all, Jordan Peele, the guy who made fucking Get Out, married to the pale as shit, white, Jewish, Chelsea Peretti Italian woman. Like, you know, the white comedian that's as white as like a snowstorm. You know.
So wait, was
makes the anti-white movie Get Out. Good.
Well, I don't know if it. I mean, it was that movie was weird. I don't know if it was necessarily
tired stereotypes.
Huh?
It was playing a lot of really tired stereotypes. Is what I'm saying.
I don't know if it was necessarily anti-white because I mean it was kind of weird because like they like wanted to take over black. It was like because you also have to remember it was aimed sort of at white liberals too.
Oh yeah,
because they were liberal.
Let's be honest. Jordan Peele didn't do it for a serious reason. You know, he did it for it to be kind of a fun, like, you know, like the movie was supposed to be a horror movie, and it was, but he also wanted to make sure that there was a element of fun and disbelief, and a little bit of nuttiness to it, where it has a little bit of his foot in there. So you're supposed to not really take it too seriously.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm just saying, like, it was aimed at like white liberals because, because you know the father is like, I voted for Obama twice, and I would have voted for him a third time or something, you know, something like that line or whatever.
Oh yeah. Do you think it was basically a way of punching Bill Maher in the dick?
I don't know about that, but
no way. Bill Maher has a lot more integrity than most of the white liberals on TV nowadays.
I mean, he has. He stood up for free speech. Like recently, if I recall correctly, within the last like couple of months, I think.
I think he's internally consistent. I'll say that much. I think that's good about him.
I mean, yeah, that's like good standing on your principles. I mean, like he has some like, you know, he's not perfect. He's made mistakes and stuff like that. But he's you know, like him standing on free speech is way above so many people right now.
And Piers Morgan too, my boy. Piers saying, like, you know, people should be allowed to yell at soccer games. Remember, because they were saying like in Britain, like they're gonna ban yell like cheering at as they say in Britain, football games.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
I mean, I think I'm not sure if Piers Morgan's. I mean, that's on football, but I'm trying to think. I think his record's not as. I mean, like Bill Maher, at least. I think at least on free speech has been pretty. I don't know so much about Piers Morgan. I can't really comment. But
I think on a real time with Bill Maher and was saying like, you know, like this is a separate thing. He was saying like, you know, that Trump isn't the Antichrist and that we should give him a chance. That's literally all he said.
Who was saying that? Bill Maher or Piers Morgan?
What?
Who said that? Bill Maher or Piers Morgan?
Piers Morgan.
Oh, okay. That's better. That's better.
Like he's not nearly as bad as a lot of other people.
Yeah. Okay. That he doesn't have Trump derangement syndrome then.
Yeah. Well, come on. I mean, clearly. I mean, look at. I mean, Hitler had a toupee and he was blonde. I think that's what's the get.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, I mean, like, I'll disagree with Ben Shapiro on certain things, but like his statement saying, like, you know, if Trump does good things, you know, it's good. If Trump does bad things, it's bad. Like, wow, this is such a radical notion. Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, just I think Ben Shapiro's a little bit of a sellout, but I mean, I like some of the things he says.
He's probably a bit establishment, yeah, but I mean, hey, like, nobody's perfect.
Do you think he's short-sighted?
Ooh. Jesus.
Ooh. Oh man, and then Milo just towers over him and goes, I was like, oh, hello, Ben. It's good to see you again.
Well, Milo's in kind of bad shape from what I've been hearing.
Checkbook, please. Thank you very much.
Milo's in kind of bad shape from what I've been hearing.
Oh yeah. I mean, it would be fun to just see a straightforward debate against the two. Like the suave Brits versus the fast-speaking American Orthodox Jew, and just
Hmm
be like, 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. All right, well, here we go. We gotta play the video. Fuck. Here we go.
Interesting trend on the rise. Among newlyweds, black men are more than twice as likely as black women to marry someone outside of their own race. I mean, look at all these successful black men who make iconic black art while eating Karen's raisin laced potato salad. Jordan Peele. What's get out about you? Yes, I realize that black women also marry white. That's not.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Okay, so she's actually finally getting to it, at least, I guess.
Yeah, but yeah.
What we're here to talk about. Plus, y'all think black women marry white because black men don't want them? Documents? Also, before y'all even go there, I, Judge Danielle, am not big mad over Donald's or anyone's white wife or baby mama, but some people are. Let's look at the tweet. Wait, Childish Gambino has a white wife and 2 kids? Can't take him serious. You know what white people are doing to black people? And you showed it in This Is America? So then you have a white wife?
Ooh.
I think for this response video, I think I think I'm gonna make a response video to this. This is too good. And then I'm just gonna have to find a bunch of like those old like Jim Crow movies or whatever and take clips from that or what the portraying Jim Crow, because holy fucking shit.
Just put Birth of a Nation every time she talks.
Oh god. Well, no, I mean I don't know. Just does Birth of a Nation have any of the like racial marriage stuff?
I think it did.
It did? Okay, I'll have to look into that then.
It was about a black man raping a white woman or something.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm sure you find something worth.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. And then, what is it? Mockingbird or whatever. The with what's? Wow, I'm blanking out here.
Wait. Was it with Jennifer Lawrence?
No, not with not that. With the where he's defending a black guy who was accused of To Kill a Mockingbird. There we go. I knew it was Mockingbird something. Fucking yeah. Wow. Okay. Yeah. That's probably going to get included. And oh.
Well, wait. Let me just ask the roots of this question. So maybe there's a solution. Maybe we have to kill the white woman and her children. I mean, if it's so bad, they're doing all this bad shit to the black woman. What's your solution? There's this old law. You might like it. It's called Plessy versus Ferguson.
But by the way, this video actually might explain why this whole entire movement is finally turning on white women. Like white women are portraying their sex for their race and blah 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 blah.
They want to, it's funny that you go like the porn phrase "big black cock" is just everywhere, and it's almost always applied when a white woman is like having sex with a black actor or something, like in adult films, like it's so ridiculous, and yeah, it's just.
Hey man, that's just what the market wants.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Hey, there's a lot of things we can learn from Ancapistan, apparently.
Yeah, but Ancapistan's into traps.
Traps?
Yes.
Wait, is that a big thing in the ANCAP community? Like, girls who dress like guys? Sorry, guys who dress like girls?
Traps is like, there's some get surgery and stuff like that, but I mean, like, I've seen you go kind of down on the libertarian, like further down at the bottom libertarian stuff. There's some trap stuff everywhere.
So hashtag anarcho traps are gay.
Something like that. I mean, hey, do what you want to do, I guess. Sure.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I'm sure they would have voted for marriage equality as many times as they could. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Popular opinion. But it also doesn't represent all black women. Sometimes our black men are not black enough for the black one. So that's why our black men date out their race. Sir, goodbye. I can look at one more.
Wait, what?
So that's why sometimes our black men are not black enough for the black one. So that's why our black men date out their race. Sir, goodbye. I can look at one more tweet, but let's make it positive. Imagine thinking that Childish Gambino is obligated to date inside of his race in order to speak out against current issues going on in America today. If you have an issue with his wife being white, then you are a part of the problem.
Yeah, that's actually pretty true.
Is she talking about because I mean there is some cultural I don't know how to call not influence, but like a stigma is like, oh, you're talking white or something like that.
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever.
there is.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not saying it's in every, but I mean there are some places where it's just like that, and it's like, what?
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny? Like Marquez Brownlee, the guy I was telling you about who was part of Rewind, he talks what would be considered quote unquote white. And I guarantee you, there's probably a bunch of black women who are mad at him for talking in a way that doesn't sound urban.
Yeah.
Like it's like it's
Probably.
not even where like, oh, don't shame people for talking how they want to talk. Let them talk this like urban if they want to. Nowadays, it's if you don't, you're not one of us.
I mean, but the thing is though, like accents and stuff like that, a lot of times are just how you were raised. So it's like literally not even your fault.
Yeah. And also depends a lot on the music you listen to. I've noticed that like black guys who are like huge into like rock and roll, they tend to actually speak a lot more like the normal Midwest than they do than like even white people who listen to rap. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense.
It does, yeah. Here we go.
Then you are a part of the problem. People try to paint black women as angry when black men don't date or marry black women.
Wait, pause. Is she not angry in this video or upset?
This is damage control. This is like, I'm not angry. I'm not angry. I'm not angry. There's like a knife behind her back. Oh yeah.
Look at this clip of Atlanta, where women. Even Donald Glover has made that statement through his art. Look at this clip of Atlanta, where a black woman expresses her anger over a white woman being with a successful black man.
Not really. Saddled over there with your black man accessory, and I'm just tired of that story, to be honest.
Many of us are not angry like this, but there are some feelings. One, some of us feel that we are being blatantly rejected. And two, there are many cases where you see that Kanye West was a prophet. Because, take it away, Easy.
When you get on, he leave you for a white girl.
Some men like Kanye.
The little telling notes right here is when she says
there are many cases where you see that Kanye West blatantly rejected. For some feelings. One, some of us feel that we are being blatantly rejected.
Boom!
That one. The little projection there, right?
Yes. You can tell.
Just a tiny sun's worth of projection.
And you know what I think it is? I think that the thing we can really take away from this, when you really get down to it, is think about like this. Think about like this. If you actually look at the market of dating, black men are much more likely to be successful with someone outside of their race than black women are. So it's not even like that black men are rejecting them. It's like, like the OkCupid statistics literally showed that black women do the poorest out of everybody on OkCupid, while black men are like, I think like number 2. I think number 1 is actually a white men actually. But you get what I mean, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's up?
No, no, go ahead.
Take it away, Easy.
When you get on, he leave you for a white girl.
Some men like Kanye treat marrying a white woman like it's a prize or something to aspire to. The Root's very own Michael Harriot puts it like this.
What's up, Danielle? The reason the Kanye West line is so memorable is because we've all seen it happen. The idea that
He's wearing a shirt that says "Black AF," black as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nothing wrong with being proud of your race. Just saying, it's a bit telling.
white women are a graduation present or a lifetime achievement award for black men is an accepted trope among black people.
You know, considering that black women are very, very aggressive and I've interacted with plenty of nice black women. Okay, I know from experience. I've worked in Milwaukee for a lot of my life. Okay, so I've been around everybody. I know what I'm talking about when I say they're very antagonistic, and white women are not like that nearly as much.
Preach, Michael. Because at the end of the day, love is love, and we can love who we want.
Even if that sister's own.
No, that's literally not what you're saying. You fucking liar.
We know that's not what you're saying. You're saying.
Oh my god.
You're saying I want either my my king of the jungle or my Norse knights to come and whisk me away, but I'm alone and I'm obese that I eat fucking Cheetos in the dark.
She literally fucking just got done saying, no, black men cannot date white women. Oh, but love is love. Stay consistent in your own fucking video.
And she literally is saying like that white women are considered a prize. Okay, get on Jenny Craig and on a treadmill and start hitting them weights and become a prize too. What? This is not that hard. You know, most men will say yes to any girl of any race who's within a certain age demographic and who has tight abs and a nice ass. I mean, broken heart. I don't know what your preferences are, but I mean, if there was some gorgeous black girl who was like a lean bodybuilder who wasn't now like she wasn't on any steroids, she looked very feminine, and she had like the ultimate butt. And she came up to you and started flirting with you, would you be like, ew, get away from me?
I mean, it depends. It really depends. I'm a little picky sometimes.
Okay. But I'm saying, do you think that she's not going to get any attention if she's like 20 years old, 5'4", and she looks like she has been working out her whole life?
I mean, I was on Discord, and there was like a 20-year-old black woman who got quite like she got banned a couple or like permanently muted a couple of times because she was really aggressive. Like I think it was like
you're talking about like when she's like hitting on guys.
Well, I mean, she got attention. I mean, she didn't look bad, and she normally I think most people would have been just completely banned, but she didn't get banned and she stuck around for a while. But yeah, I mean, they can get attention.
Was she good? When you said aggressive, what did you mean?
Like, what was it? I think she got unmuted and the guy who unmuted was like, thank you for staying calm and whatever. And she was like, fuck you. Like immediately.
Oh, she was mean.
Like sort of like mouthy. She was really mouthy. It was like, fucking hell.
Okay, but I'm saying is that same girl was really sweet and feminine and nice.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying that it's even then it's still possible that they would get attention.
Yeah, but I'm saying like most girls get a lot of attention. Like regardless of race, if they're in shape and they're in their fertile years. I mean, come on, right?
And yeah, I mean that's peak.
That's peak, man. That's peak, bro. Yeah. So this woman, I think she looks like she's just hit 30. She's getting over that hump, and now life is crashing down around her. I think that's what's going on.
Well, I mean, there was a discussion between Tim Pool and Sargon, and they were talking about this.
Who is it?
Huh? Who? Tim Pool and Sargon.
Oh, Tim Pool. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I saw.
and they were talking about Jessica Valenti.
Wait, hold on. I thought you said the name Fufu. I'm like, who the fuck is Fufu?
No. They were talking about Jessica Valenti and how like she wrote that article, you know, like, oh, I hate being catcalled. It needs to stop. And then like 5 years later or whatever, she's like, oh, I kind of miss being catcalled.
Oh
Like
my
in 2 articles.
That is. I know she's a feminist, but I just don't remember the face.
I just look her up. She's kind of brunette, white. I don't know how else to describe her.
Wait. Oh, I'm gonna quickly look her up. Jessica Valenti. Okay, here we go. Oh, this chick. I think I remember this chick. With this,
I think she's also on Valium or something. I think.
like depression meds.
No, Valium isn't. Well, Valium is the
Oh, this chick. Yeah, I
like a
remember.
chill. It's like a chill pill. It's not depression. It's
Anxiety.
anyways. Like I think a lot of, I mean, like, because Lena Dunham has admitted to being on drugs and stuff like that. Like a lot of feminists have been like admitting to being
Medication through
on
the
drugs, the
Yeah.
legal prescription kind, but still like, and there are it's like the antidepressants don't actually make you not depressive. It just gets you to a state that's not depressed.
Yeah. So that.
It's hard to describe exactly, but it's not like it's not addressing the depression problems. It's just it's a happy pill.
Oh, I
Kind
can show you something after this, and we're never gonna get to Article 13. I kind of did a mini stream by myself, alone by myself.
Sorry.
Last night, but it's okay. But Article 13, by the way, is cancer. But tonight, I definitely want to show you a little analysis that I think that we can really apply here.
And we can love who we want.
Even if their ancestors owned yours.
You don't have to be married to a black woman to make fine art.
I mean, it would be cute.
Wait, hold on.
I sentence us all to a challenge.
It's challenge day.
Lord Mbaku, not right now. You in hot water too, boo.
Wait, what? Wait, Shane, Cold Shane Jr. Winston Duke went from M'Baku Bay to this nigger girlfriend ain't black in 2 months.
What are you talking about?
Unexpectedly. The guy who played M'Baku, the king one of the kings from the movie Black Panther.
Oh, okay.
It's challenge day.
Lord Mbaku, not right now. You in hot water too, boo. Let it be known that this issue is bigger than Donald Glover or Kanye West. I sentence black men to look internally and ask themselves why so many artists who push the envelope of black creativity are married to white women.
Oh!
Oh, fucking.
And the phrasing there. Oh, I sentence you, Negro, who has done crime against black women, to now feel bad and be punished for your infidelity. Thou shalt be burnt at the stake for thy treachery.
You know what? I'm just thinking right now. I'm totally gonna be like, when she says, "Oh, you're in hot water right now," I'm totally gonna put To Kill a Mockingjay with him in the fucking trial.
Kill a mockingbird. Kill a mockingbird. But okay. Yes, absolutely.
I'm totally doing that.
Yeah. With Atticus being like, well, you see, a black man is just a man. And just because he commits a crime, just because he's accused of a crime doesn't mean he doesn't deserve a good lawyer. It just,
Is it because black men have been forced to base their achievements off of what white men have or what they deem successful?
Projection?
Not saying. Just saying. There's something there.
I'm not saying. I'm just.
Worth exploring. But it shouldn't be up to me as a black woman to call this trend into question.
Yeah, because it makes you look like a hater.
Oh, I wonder why.
And don't
You hear that?
Yeah, because it makes you look like a hater.
Do you hear that? The little like little side puppet, like herself. Like it's sort of like some like one of those angel on one shoulder, devil on the other.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of them says like makes you look like a hater, and then the other one whispers, "And you are."
Mm-hmm.
And don't try to make black women your scapegoat either. Okay? Now I know
Wait, what?
And don't try to make black women your scapegoat either.
Scapegoats.
Oh.
Do not marry the black women. This
It's-
woman has said so.
It's not, according to her, it's not black women's fault whatsoever. There's no fault whatsoever. She's not at fault whatsoever.
No.
Of course not.
By decree of the Wakandan courts. Black...
Now, I know we all like to cancel our faves when something goes bad, but this time there will be no cancellation. If we cancel all the black men who married white women, we might run out of art to actually consume.
Ooh! They realize that they can't do it. That they can't hoist.
So then what's the point of this fucking video? God damn it. Oh my god.
It's to get on their feet and grovel. Because it's like how the communists say we're going to kill every capitalist. But then they realize that they can't kill quite everybody. Because who's going to run the machines?
That's not true. Fucking Cambodia tried to do that pretty fucking well.
Oh, never mind.
Fucking 25% of your goddamn population. 25%.
Oh.
They got there. They fucking got there.
Oh my god, okay, well that's dark. That's dark as fuck.
Like, but imagine 20, like, every fourth person you have met in your life gone.
Oh my god. I feel like such an asshole now.
Like, it is possible to get there. Now, granted, the regime didn't survive because they literally killed everybody, but fucking how did they get there?
It's like the South Africans. Like, they're going to be like, we're going to kill all the white people. Okay.
Oh.
Have you talked to... By the way, Zimbabwe would like to have a conversation with you.
Yeah. I mean, especially considering the government that did it got overthrown, like a year or two ago.
By who?
But I don't remember, like his lieutenant. I don't remember who. A bunch of other people overthrew the guy, Mugabe or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it was like his lieutenant or something, or I don't know.
You think they're gonna be like, white people, we are sorry, come back?
Well, he already said that. He already literally said that, and I think they did actually issue a call for them to come back too.
They say like, we will give you land for free.
You mean the land that you stole?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, ironically, when I was doing my investigation into the South Africa and stuff like that video, actually, ironically, more blacks were killed than whites. So, here's to your supposed racial equality policy, killing more blacks than whites.
Probably because those were the disobeyers.
I mean, yeah, they were the workers who didn't, they had a decent life probably, and they, working the land or whatever, and
they were like, oh, these white people are okay. Why you gotta hate? Oh my god, you just stabbed me!
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, these were the people who were just like, wait, what's with all the hate? Oh my god, he's got a gun!
I mean, and of course, with any sort of authoritarian land seizures and property seizures like that, if I recall correctly, like a bunch of government officials got like several plots of land each.
Oh.
So I mean, of course, there's corruption in a communist country.
What is surprising people in charge to always get the best view?
Mm-hmm.
But
views plural. Views plural.
Yes, it's not just one leader either. It's all of them.
Well, no, they get multiple houses, multiple everything. Yeah. Come on now.
Oh yeah.
What is being leader for in a corrupt country?
Yeah, You know you know, it's like that. It's like that lyric from like "I Did It My Way." I don't remember who sung it originally. It goes like, "What is a man? What has he got? If not himself?" It's kind of like that, but what is a dictator? What has he got? If not 75 houses, then he has not. That's to have the Porsche he truly wants. That's, you know, like Kim Jong-un with all his Western cars.
And movies. Apparently, he really likes. Well, no, I think that was ill actually.
Oh yeah, ill Kim Jong Il. But I'm sure Un never got rid of it. You know, but he looks like he like has the whole game of Gran Turismo in his garage. And all this wine and meals flown in. But, you know, equality. But anyway, wait. So this woman, oh God.
There will be no cancellation. If we cancel all the black men who married white women, we might run out of art to actually consent.
Literally, her one complaint is not we should allow people to love who they love. It's we have to give a pass to black men, because if we were to put them all against a wall and pull the trigger, we would have no dick.
Well, no, they'd probably put them in some brothel or something.
What?
A brothel.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So they can just enjoy them whenever they want. Yeah,
That's probably what they would do.
Yeah, more than likely. And in the meantime, like they'd be like, you know, like being whipped and shit. You know.
I guess.
It's so funny. Oh, by the way, that just reminded me. Have you seen the Happy Time Murders?
No.
Oh, it was so funny. There's literally a part where they're going into like they're investigating like a porno for Muppets, and there's like this Muppet what's it called this Muppet Dalmatian whipping a fireman.
What
You know,
the literal fuck is this?
What?
Jesus Christ.
What
fucking degeneracy are you advising me to watch? Holy shit.
What?
You said a Dalmatian was whipping a what?
This was in that spin-off of the Muppets, you know, the Happy Time Murders.
Fucking hell.
It was so funny. Like she was like this female Dalmatian puppets was a dominatrix.
Oh, dominate. Oh, I heard Dalmatian, like the dog.
The female Dalmatian dog puppet was being a dominatrix in this movie.
Okay, so I did hear properly. Oh my gosh. Oh, all right. Let's keep going. I should probably get off soon, but let's finish this video. Let's try to finish this video.
Yeah.
Message. Thanks for watching The Root. We hope you enjoyed this video and we'll continue to.
Oh, okay, it's almost done.
Yeah.
So leave a comment and make sure.
Oh shit! Clicked on the wrong
video
one.
we're going to be looking at today.
Oh, they did a response to Hunter Avalone. I am racist? Question mark. Judge of characters.
It's part of a series called Judge of Character, where a racist black chick gets in our face and attempts to lecture us on why white people are the devil.
If a white person made a video like this, it would be considered racist, but this happens.
Your hairstyle is cultural appropriation.
First of all.
This lady is disgusting and racist. I hope this is just satire.
Oh my god, look what they're doing. They're treating me like a black person.
There's that victimhood mentality. Oh god.
To Judge of Characters, where calling out racism does not make.
I don't understand. Where does The Root get its funding? Jesus Christ, who's paying for this?
Do what?
I said, where does The Root get its funding? Who's paying for this absolute garbage?
I mean, Soros has to get his message out somewhere or another.
Shit.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry, JMR. I want to show you something though. This is a kind of analysis of the True Detective series. Now I'm just gonna let it be kind of quick. Now I just want you to listen to this because it kind of describes a lot of why feminists are the way they are. When you really think about it, you talked about I'm sure Anita Sarkeesian is the same way with taking antidepressants, and that one other chick you were talking about,
Dunham.
Yeah, Dunham. By the way, True Detective is an awesome series. The second season wasn't great, but the third one and the first one are awesome.
Throughout True Detective Season 1, that is, we constantly see decay.
This place is like somebody's memory of the town. The memory's fading.
This can be found from the very first episode, and the concept is introduced to us when we see the city. Vacant industrial buildings, signs on the side of the road showing off missing people, crime, and almost nothing good.
Within this landscape and this bright environment exists darknesses.
But this decay isn't limited to the city. It stretches much further than that, into the people, the culture, and ultimately our two protagonists. But True Detective takes it a step further than that, suggesting that everything bad that we see throughout the season is caused from the decay of morality. Of the utmost importance to True Detective is the location.
We want to establish this landscape as realistically as we can, not only on its own, but in a background for our main characters as something they live in and that affects them.
It was shot in southern Louisiana, so I just want to let you know that.
Okay. Cool.
We spend almost the entire season in and around rural Louisiana, venturing into swampland and other areas far from society. It creates a timeless feel to the story. Although the narrative unfolds over a period of 17 years with a segment in 1995, 2002, and another in 2012, the world itself feels consistent.
People out here, it's like they don't even know the outside world exists.
Some characters change, Marty gets a new car, but the location always stays the same. More importantly, over the course of the series, the conflict is always the same. Two detectives trying to catch a monster. The show's location stays constant, all the while corrupting people around it. Over the course of the show, we watch as characters slowly lose their morals. Nothing means anything to them anymore. They just start to exist. People turn to crime, to violence, to drugs, anything that will give their life purpose, but ultimately find none. This is reflected in the show's opening title sequence. We watch as the swamplands and rough-looking industrial buildings melt into the protagonists and other characters, ultimately corrupting them. I think what True Detective does best, and what it is able to do so well because of its 8-hour runtime, is to render and develop two broken protagonists who we as the audience are able to relate to and care for despite their flaws. I want to start off by looking at Marty. Of what we see from him in the first few episodes,
Now you can watch the rest of it by yourself. The YouTube channel's name is Jack's Movie Reviews, or JMR. But so far, you can kind of tell the theme of the idea that morality is something that holds society together, and that a lot of these people, and if you watch the series, it's really, really good. A lot of the people turn into degenerates and fall down a non-ending hole, because the deeper and deeper they go into drugs, alcohol, sexual deviance, and all sorts of other bad shits, the worse it gets, and the less the less meaning their life has.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I do agree that there needs to be some kind of baseline for sure. Otherwise you don't have a government, you don't have rules. There does need to be some kind of baseline for sure.
Even amongst things like even for things like, what was it called, even for things like sexual behavior, it is pretty true that while you should be allowed legally to do what you want, that that if you have tons of meaningless sexual flings, it will start to wear down on you.
I mean, yeah, I think it's more along the lines of how do I put this? You're free to choose that. Just understand there's going to be consequence. There's going to be bad things that happen as a result of this.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not always the job of the governments to tell you that, but you should realize that there are negative effects. No, and that
Well, I mean, I think there should be some. What do you mean it's not? I mean, like, I don't mind, like, some
yeah,
sex ed is fine, right?
even if it's consensual.
Huh?
I mean, when you turn 18 and it's consensual.
Right, no, but you were talking about it's not the government's role, but I mean, I think some sex ed is fine.
Oh yeah, I think that's fine, but it should be like it should be like here's the ability to do this on your own now, to make your own decision, rather than here's what you're not allowed to do, right?
Right, yeah, you can't do like because abstinence only has been shown to not work. Like
Well, abstinence by force, abstinence by choice is fine. The same thing as celibacy. Celibacy is permanent.
Well, I mean, well, look, I mean, I'm just saying on statistics wise, in states that have done this, it's
Oh,
not.
you
I mean,
mean education?
yeah, like it's abstinence only education. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Education,
Choosing it.
abstinence only education.
That's not the same thing as choosing it. What they did in my
Okay.
school is they said
Well,
that
I mean,
what they did in my school is they said abstinence is a guarantee of nothing bad happening to you, but there are plenty of ways of having a very unlikely chance that you'll ever get hurt if you're careful. So they said abstinence isn't bad, but there are plenty of other options.
mm-hmm.
So they
I mean,
which is true.
what I mean is like, because they're from what I understand, I mean, from what I understand, like with the classes and all that, it's basically like it only teaches, like, it doesn't tell you doesn't tell students like, hey, if you're gonna do it, use a condom, or use protection.
That's different. Yeah.
You need that is necessary because kids are gonna do what they're gonna do, unfortunately.
Well, if they feel that's their only option, and they're told to be afraid of their own sexuality. But what I was taught by my parents was just go to the bathroom and take a Kleenex, And
okay, that's very straightforward.
Yeah, well, it works. You can't view the results. But I mean, for me, I never felt, what my parents did is they said, don't feel ashamed of what you do, of what you feel. But remember, your emotions are negligible. They're just emotions.
Okay. Interesting.
And for me, that's what I've always said. I've always said, if if your whole life is based around doing what you feel is fun, well, it's going to be kind of a miserable life rather than trying to have fun in a responsible way.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, excess is excess is excess.
Yeah. And so I plan on waiting until I'm married, and if I don't feel ashamed of having sexual desires. If I see a girl who's naked and I get like, little stiff, if you know what I'm saying, I don't feel guilty. I just say, well, I'm just gonna go somewhere else.
I mean, I guess that's a lot more forward thinking
I don't
than
do that stupid I don't do that stupid like Lutheran shit where I have to go on double dates and I have to go, and I have to like pray before I go on a date or anything like that, or that I can't have my girlfriend sleep over. I don't do that shit. To me, it's about knowing yourself and controlling yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think that way is a lot more straightforward than the old puritanical suppress everything into the ground until like 15, and it all comes rushing to the exploding basically.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
13, 15,
there was just
whatever.
one Casanova guy who was able to hide to keep from the authorities getting him. He could basically just go into one of those, puritanical areas and just own, just pimp everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
And his family and what is really important. In this scene, he walks in on his daughters playing with dolls in a rather suggestive way. Instead of confronting the problem, he chooses to walk away. Later, after his daughter Audrey draws a series of sexual pictures in school, he again chooses not to confront the problem. Soon this problem starts to escalate, and years later, when Audrey has a less than ideal sexual encounter,
A deputy found her parked in a car with two boys.
he becomes violent and upset with her.
The captain of the varsity slut team.
Marty, fuck you.
Even though he's part of the problem for not doing anything earlier. This storyline with his daughter acts as a great microcosm of his entire character.
I think I've seen that actress before, but anyway, but you get kind of the points, right? That if there's no morals taught, there's no morals received.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like again, like I said, like we need to have some baseline, or else it's literally anarchy.
Yeah. Oh, you know what's funny? I always laugh at ANCAPs whenever they say shit like the non-aggression principle is all that matters, man. What the fuck?
Of which who enforces it? Again, it's ANCAPs are.
Plus, they always say, like the way that will be enforced is that, if someone does something wrong and they litigate it out in a private court, they're found guilty, then a message shall be sent across the airwaves, and those will not have to associate themselves with them.
I mean, one of the
just not associate. I mean, first off, that's relying on the unpredictability of human choice as to.
Well, not just that, but I think one of the things that fundamentally ANCAPs don't understand is that not everyone is rational. You look at the jihadis. They're not rational. They're straight up ideologues. They are willing to literally blow themselves up. People are not rational. It's like, ANCAPs are like, anybody should be able to get a nuclear weapon.
Well, maybe not even a nuke, but I mean, they're like the idea.
No, they do though.
Punishment will be just to say, is what they call disassociation. Like the courts will send out a message that will say this person has done this crime and they didn't show up for court, therefore they're guilty. And that people will just, be like, okay, that's not associated with him. Like, no, wait a minute. First off, what if he's just a guy who everybody really, really likes, but the court said he was guilty? Couldn't they just say, we're going to still associate it with him because he's a charismatic? Like, for fuck's sakes, think about it. Pablo Escobar was known for murdering people and putting their heads on sticks. And people loved him.
Mm-hmm.
They love this man.
I mean, especially the people in his town, because I think, if I recall correctly, like they tried to hide him.
Medellin basically was his mini kingdom. Good. Yes, that's where he's from, Medellin. Good. Medellin is the name of the city.
Okay, yeah, and that was the name of the cartel too, right?
Yeah, the Medellin cartel of Colombia.
Yeah. Okay.
Good. Yeah, I mean, but I mean, like, also the thing is, like, they always say, "Oh, roads are so much better when they're privatized." Okay, here's the problem with that.
Says all the shitty privately owned roads all over the place.
There's plenty of them. You just never mention them. You cherry pick. But also, they always talk about it. They're always talking about parking lots and roads being better. They always forget these are tiny parking lots owned by the immediate business owner who needs people to come into their business. They're not owned by people allowing people to travel across states. Not only that, but if everything is privatized, you cannot say that because of profit, they'll never charge too much for someone to drive on the roads. You don't know that.
Yeah, because the other thing is, once you build a highway or whatever, that takes a lot of investment. You can't just be like, oh well, if you don't like the road, go build your own. I mean, like we've seen this with the tech industry. The tech industry, like ironically, the social justice warriors are kind of very corporate supporting, like, oh, if you don't like Twitter, you can go build your own until all the corporate. Look what happened to Gab. They've gotten moved, kicked off so many servers. They've tried to build their infrastructure, and
they always say that well, it's because of the government, man. Well, okay, here's the problem with that. You know what? Somebody who owns a lot of roads could easily try to sabotage it, not even by breaking the NAP. They could, like, lower the prices on all their roads. At one point, when your road just gets built, because it takes a whole shit ton of money.
Yeah, you need to recoup that investment.
Yeah, and then once you're shut down, they could just charge the prices right back up.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. They buy up your road, and they have an even bigger monopoly.
Yeah, I mean, and they always say, well, monopolies are created by governments, man. What are you talking about? Like, what are you saying? That every business that exists all have the same amount of the markets all the time? And there aren't better companies that own the market then get lazy and just start buying up all their competition that can't legally happen?
I mean, because the thing was, like, didn't Standard Oil? I mean, I don't think it had that much government. I don't think it had governmental help. It just kind of cornered the market on its own, right?
Yeah, in fact, there were laws against Standard Oil.
Yeah, they had to apply the law, right, to break it up.
Yeah, I mean, even Vanderbilt actually had to break the law in order to do what he did. And he was a monopoly.
Because they owned, like, I think it was like, what, 90% or something of the market?
Like,
that's unthinkably huge.
It was ridiculous. And then
I don't even think fucking Microsoft had that big a thing when they were broken up. I think they were like 70 maybe.
Yeah, and not only that, think about what Walmart does. Walmart will just lower the prices on one product that a competitor is making and raise it just a little bit on all the others, so you don't really feel it. And then all of a sudden, that competitor goes out of business, and then they're just
poor the mom pop things out of business, boom, and then they can fuck with the prices all they want now.
Plus, roads have intrinsic value. I know ANCAPs don't believe that, but think about it. If you have a public, what they'll say is taxation is theft, and I think I can kind of see that because you have to pay taxes. You're not. It's not.
I soundly reject that though, because the thing is, like,
well, do you mind if I finish? Do you mind if I finish?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
But think about this. They say that there's only negative rights. Like, you can only just not fuck with somebody else. But there should be positive rights too. Like, you are entitled to this, because when you think about it, if you are not, if the road is all divided up with different people who have different sections of the road that they own, how are you supposed to cross that property to get to work? How are you supposed to visit other people if they don't want to give you service, or if you can't afford it? The thing that nobody wants to admit is, like, they'll say something stupid like, well, if you can't afford a car, how could you afford a road? How could you afford to get a job anyway? If you can't afford a car. My response is, first off, you don't have to drive. You can walk on the road. The road is just a designated travel spot where you can use it to get from point A to point B. But if somebody just decides to monopolize that, if you go onto their property without their permission, which could be the very road you need to cross, and by the way, most people cannot afford to have a mini helicopter in their backyard so they can fly over those roads. It's not possible.
Well, then somebody would own the air.
What?
Somebody would own the airways too.
Exactly. That's the fucking shit. And even if you had a mini helicopter, and let's just say, oh, the road is inland. The air is inland, so you can fly wherever you want. Most people will not be able to afford that, and that's extremely dangerous.
By the way, how would airplanes even work? I'm trying to think. Like,
helicopters.
Well, I mean, even that. No, I'm just thinking of, like, airplanes is like, because you own a house, and what does the air the air all the way above your house? Like, oh, never mind. I'm not going.
I'm sure they wouldn't care about air.
Real quick though,
you need to. Most people who are poor will need to walk. Where do they walk without violating the NAP if they can't pay?
Right. One of the things in regards to taxation as thefting is I soundly reject it as describing it as theft, because thieves don't return shit. They don't give you anything. Like, yes. I mean, like, because the government does. I mean, like, sure, there is government waste, granted, and we need to try to eliminate that and stuff like that. But the government gives services. It's not, theft would be, if taxation was theft, it'd be a thief steals your wallet and then comes back and parks your car as a chauffeur for you or some shit like that.
Yeah.
That'd be the oddest fucking theft I have ever heard of.
Yeah, and plus, when we think about it, let's be reasonable here for a sec. Let's say that taxation. Let's just say that it is theft first for a minute. Let's just go with their argument. Okay, so if that taxation is theft, then private roads are prison, because if they want to, you can just be told that, hey, well, if you don't like it, go somewhere else. But I literally can't.
Mm-hmm.
Because
that's a monopoly.
If I
Not to mention it's wasteful. It'd be really wasteful to have multiple companies with multiple road, you have a road you have two cities or whatever. You have multiple companies with multiple roads.
And what if someone doesn't want to sell their road? They could just keep everybody in there who doesn't want to pay.
Yeah.
And if you don't own any property yourself, every time you step on someone else's property, you're violating the NAP.
And then they shoot you in the head.
Exactly. They have the right to. It's internally inconsistent. And they're like, well, come on, bro. That wouldn't happen. Why not?
I mean, there are instances of that happening now. Can you imagine what would happen if it's not illegal to just shoot people on your lands?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at what point do you just tell these people that they're out of their goddamn gourd?
I mean, the other thing is, in regards to this, I'm of the opinion that any ANCAP, let's say the United States became ANCAP overnight or something like that.
Yeah.
ANCAP society would just be taken over by another state.
It would. They don't want
the thing is, they're like,
want to be armed to the teeth, but no. Like how much money do you think taxes actually get? It's not a small amount, but even if people were to have lower taxes, that only gives them so much.
I mean, the thing is, how many millionaires? Not even that. Just that. The thing is, what they don't understand is but voluntary militias and stuff like that would, they'd all bunch of people would band together. You don't understand when militaries, they have harsh penalties for.
First off, let's compare some people who do band together, who will all instantly swarm together if something happens, compared to another one. Let's compare the police to the military. Who's gonna win? The military.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that according to them, all the private citizens will have, tactical nukes or some crap, and they'll be No. See, the thing is, governments, they can conscript people. They can have harsh penalties for deserting. This stuff works. Authority to a certain degree does work and makes you stronger.
Plus, most people, no matter how many allies they have in there, are sheep. There's a reason why most military personnel call themselves sheepdogs, because they are. Just buying a gun and going to a range and knowing how to shoot doesn't make you 300 pounds lighter, fat ass.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing nobody wants to admit. A military is a military for a reason, because they are trained and they go through years of training and specialization.
I mean, that's also that's right. Militias are militias; they're not professional soldiers. Professional soldiers are professional soldiers, and they're gonna. It's the fucking Sparta thing. It looks like I brought more soldiers than you did.
Oh yeah, that's right. Most militias are not professional soldiers. I love that scene too. Spartans. What is your occupation? Sparta. Oh. Then you look at the Athenians who got done saying, "I'm a potter" and shit like that. I'm a philosopher, and he goes "Looks like I brought more soldiers than you did."
Exactly.
And they'll be like, well, what about private militaries? They're gonna fucking bail.
Yes, exactly.
Together, the combined force of one nation's army versus a divided and poorly ragtag group of personal militaries. There could be like 500 different personal militaries that don't even want to work together, all fighting an organized, unified military. Why do you think Greece fell to Rome? Rome was united. Greece was fighting itself.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, I'm not saying it's guaranteed that that the ANCAP society would fall, but like I feel like the state has quite a lot of advantages.
Yes, yes, it does. And plus, think about it. What right? They always say, "What right is it of you to build a road using my money?" My response is, "What right of it is you to enslave me to an area of land I don't want to be on, or that I need to go back and forth to my job via private roads that you cannot guarantee it, and not even just not guarantee it. You can't even make a good case to why someone can't just immediately cut me off from them, not only from free association, but if I can't afford it. What right do you have to say that I have no right to move? Because you literally will be cutting me off from that at the point of a gun, right?
But by the way, I should get going. Actually, it's been a little while, but it was a good talk. It was a good talk.
Yeah, but you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
And plus, what about like kids? One last thing I want to say is, what about little kids who are born and their parents don't?
Did the child consent meme?
Like they'll or better yet, if you go to courts, are you expected to just know all the laws?
Yeah.
So at what point, my minarchist society that I would want to build would basically say the government's job is just to give not only order of by telling people you can't hurt other people, but to do as many things as it can to force any action that you want to happen to be what you do with yourself. In other words, it all depends on your own action. So this way, you can't, like for instance, roads would be public most of the time. You can build a road on your own property if you want. I don't care. But this way, if you don't have a job, even if you don't have a car, you still can go down the road on your bike or walk there. Everything. If anything that is good or bad that happens in your life is your responsibility. That's my belief that the government should do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get what I mean, right?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. I gotta go though, but thank you for this is a good conversation. All right.
All right. Have a good one.
All right. Bye.